What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a blessed and awesome day. This is Fred Martinez, and you're listening to What the Fred podcast, where we talk about 4 traits to become unstoppable. That's focus, resilience, energetic, and driven. Today, I'm just going to go ahead and just talk about a little rant that I had in my life. I was having a discussion with one of my friends, and he basically said, "Hey, you need to goggin the shit out of it." And I'm like, damn, you're right. Take their souls. And when I go into the premise of what I'm talking about, that, if you follow Goggins, he's talking about using the shit that's given to you as fuel. And I look at it as, I've used that my whole entire life, looking at it as like when people give you crap, I use it as fertilizer to help me grow. Because without fertilizer, your fruits, your vegetables, the trees, etc. are not going to grow. So whenever somebody's going to give you crap, utilize it to your advantage and reframe it. Instead of saying, man, I'm tired of getting shit on, I'm tired of getting dumped on, use it as fuel and allow that stuff to happen. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. And the reason why I talk about this is because I believe in the word. When somebody gives you your word, you hold on to that word, because I am of my word. Whenever I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But when you have an employer, a company, friends that give you their word and they don't follow through with that word, you begin to look at them differently. And so that's how I look at my life, is you can only control what you can control. Other things are beyond your control, and that's when you have to look at things from a different perspective. As somebody's gonna do something to you, you basically don't let it bother you. You let it roll off your back. You be like Bruce Lee and be like water, my friends, and let that thing slide down you and not letting it affect you. Because when I look at like a lot of these companies and they're having their employees do training, and some of this training is like, have we become so sensitive because small little things affect a person? And why do we have to do this training? Because a person's gonna get butt hurt? Well, why don't they go ahead and teach resilience? Why don't they teach the 4 agreements? Rather than saying, let's be so sensitive. I understand about having sensitivity, but I also believe too that we have changed dramatically from our forefathers. You look at our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, you look at their generation of the crap that they went through, going through the Great Depression, going through World War II, and how they had to be really thick in their skin and not let things affect them and not be triggered by emotions. My uncle would always tell me this, because I would ask him about World War II, and he was in the Navy and he was on a battleship, and he would talk about the kamikaze pilots, talking about the Zeros, talking about they would go ahead and just try, and if they couldn't take out the ship, they would go ahead and just dive bomb and sacrifice themselves. And he basically told me this: if you're in your head, you're dead. Because if you're thinking about your family, you're thinking about your loved ones, you're thinking about what you're not supposed to be thinking about, not thinking about what's going on in the present moment, you're lost in the sauce and you're dead, because you have a job to do, and everybody has a job to do, and you need to be doing that job in order for you to survive. And that's the thing when I look at it as like my uncles, having conversations with them. I have another uncle. He was a belly gunner on a B-17. He flew over 30 sorties in being a belly gunner. And you're talking about, that is one of the most hardest jobs out there, because you are in a plastic bubble underneath the belly of the plane, and you're talking about you're in the elements. You have a leather jacket on, you maybe have a mask on to get some oxygen, but there is no other protection, and if it comes right down to it, you're almost going to be sacrificed because you got shrapnel. Because when you look at the pilots on the like the Germans or the Japanese, they would go ahead and try and attack the plane because they're trying to prevent the bombs. And you look at it as what he had to go through, building up that resilience. And that's the thing I want to go ahead and talk to you about, is that sometimes in life, people are going to give you crap. You're going to go ahead and do the shit out of it. And you're going to realize that this is going to make me stronger. You got to utilize that as fuel so that you can go ahead and take their soul. If that's what you want to look at it as, then use that as your metaphor in life. Only you can determine what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. That's something that I've learned in life, is that you can only be in control of what you can control, and everything else is just an opportunity for us to learn and grow. So my friends, you guys have you guys have an awesome day. Be about it instead of talking about it, and namaste.
Focus on the grind, can't do it alone. Resilience in my veins, never backing down. Energy's the fuel, let's light up the town. I'm on that grind, focus, resilience, lead